Greetings everyone, and welcome to what was supposed to be the first official iHope video. Unfortunately though, this video really didn't turn out how I wanted it in the end, and thus there'll be two versions. This version, which I've tried to piece together to make a somewhat entertaining review, and then the other version, which is a bonus train wreck of a review, full of bloopers and mistakes, and that will be released alongside this video. Creating videos can be a difficult process sometimes, and with the way I do videos 90% of the time without a script, I'm actually using a script to do this intro now because I've stuffed up so many times, you'll see in the bonus video anyways. I tend to mess up a lot, but some of the improv that happens can be golden. Well, I hope all of that made sense. So with that pre-intro out of the way, let's actually get into the intro. The item I'm taking a look at today is a tablet found on AliExpress, Wish, eBay, and probably a bunch of other sites. I will be showing the AliExpress listing for this item in the video, but I'll also just briefly show the Wish one, just for the whole fun of it. This tablet has actually been around for years. It's a tablet that was made in about 2017, but has been renewed each year to be upgraded from the previous models, so same guts, same shell, different advertising, that's it. It's a tablet that's priced quite high, and straight away I'll tell you all, don't buy this of course. What it says is too good to be true. I can tell you there are Lenovo tablets on the market for the same price that will beat this any day of the week. And also, I didn't get this item from AliExpress, it's from Cashies. And from the looks of it, it's last year's model, as it has different specs than the ones advertised currently. But regardless, I think you all get the idea of what's going on with this tablet. So let's bring up the listing on AliExpress. This is the 2021 new black silver tablets with 10-inch Android, okay. 8.0 tablets, 6 plus 128GB dual SIM card, phone 4G Wi-Fi tablets, kids tablet. That was a bit of a tongue twister, but okay. And this is priced at $127.26 Australian, which I'll display the currency conversion chart here for you all, so you can get an idea of how much this thing costs around the world. But people do browse AliExpress, eBay, Wish and all that, and they see these tablets and they go, that's fine. That'll be good for the kids or a backup or something like that, and they go ahead and purchase it, and realize that it's pretty much a heap of junk. And the first picture shows that it's a 10.1 inch with dual SIM card, MTK6797 with 10 core Wi-Fi with the 6GB plus 128GB metal fuselage round. That's not the first time I've seen this before, but anywho. Android 8.1 definitely isn't. The next one shows 8 million pixels camera with autofocus function, take pictures more clearly. Extremely thin, 0.8 centimeters thick, thin and lightweight. Hang on, is it thick? Is it thin? Is it lightweight? I'm not too sure, but the feathers are showing how thin and light. Yeah, okay. Dual card, dual standby. Well, assuming that a SIM card will work in this. And as you can see, 2 mini SIMs and an SD card can go in there. Have they blurred out the capacity on that SD card there? I think they have. Okay. Closed sound cavity design, more loud sound, better sound quality. Well, it does seem to have dual loudspeakers on the back. The store is called Thank You For Your Order Store. They have 76.1% positive feedback and 351 followers, and they appear to be selling other tablets like the 2020 new iPad, which I have reviewed a pretty terrible iPad knockoff, which is carded at the top right hand corner. If you want to go watch that, feel free. But basically, all these tablets, all false specifications, and they're exactly the same price as the one we're having a look at today, so yeah, there you go. Now the description, you might want to pause for a second, because there's a couple of things in here that you need to know. The first is the CPU being an MTK8752. The GPU is a Mali 400, which indicates we may have an MT6580 in here, but I'm not too sure. I haven't run any specification checks on this tablet as of yet. The RAM says 6GB. The body memory can be 16GB, 64GB, or 128GB. We have 2G and 3G networks supported on this. The screen resolution is 1280 by 800, and it reckons the screen is an IPS LCD. The camera is a front 2 megapixel and rear 5 megapixel, and we have micro USB and a 5000 mAh battery in this. So that gives you a rough idea of what's going to be in this tablet. But there is a couple of pictures on AliExpress for this tablet, so we'll quickly go over these. The first one just shows a couple of windows from Android, and that's it. Speed game, MTK6797, 2.2 GHz, RAM 6GB, network mode, GSM, WCDMA, and then 4G is just sort of over there, just chilling. Also, they're playing, I'm not too sure what game that is, someone will tell me in the comments. We've got the ports and the dimensions of the tablet, which is all looking fairly basic. The MTK 10-core monster level intelligent processor. And the text they have in this picture is really difficult to read. Compared to the previous generation, the performance is better and the power consumption is lower. You can feel that the raw processor brings faster burning speed. Yeah, okay, if I can find a better picture, I'll display it here, but otherwise, that's what we've got to deal with. And then it shows all the different colours the tablet comes in. Mine is rose gold. And the next few pictures are just a showcase of what the tablet looks like in all of its different colours. And lastly, the area for the SIM cards and SD card. And that's pretty much everything on AliExpress. But I do really want to show you the one on Wish, just for a bit of fun. And here it is here, the 10.1-inch Android 7.0 3G phablet. Hang on a second, that's $460 Australian, and there's only 3 left. Oh, also shipping. Clocks in at more than the tablet's asking price at $677.48 Australian. I'll display the total and the currency conversion chart here for you all just for a bit of a laugh. But they're pricing it extremely high, so no one will buy it, which is actually kind of a good thing from Wish. That's surprising. And the description from Wish is pretty much the same as AliExpress, except the battery capacity could be from 4,500 mAh to 7,500 mAh. The CPU is an MTK6592, we have 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, and then pretty much everything else is exactly the same. And finally, here it is. The tablet. Mine is in slightly used condition. It's got a whole bunch of scratches on the screen, because the front of this is plastic, unfortunately. And all that's really on the front that's noteworthy is just the front camera, that's it. But flipping it over, you can see that this is from Cashies. $49, this item is secondhand. No shit, Sherlock. This was purchased on the 31st of January 2021, and it is called a MediaTek ZH960, and you'll see ZH960 within settings on this tablet. And we have the luxurious rose gold backing, which is metal, I think. I didn't pay $49 for this, I paid $20 for it, and that's probably still a little bit too much. But just up here is the area for the SIM cards and SD card. The little door is missing, but that's okay, it should still work. There is a SIM card lodged in the first SIM card slot, and it actually does detect on this tablet, but I'll load this up with a SIM card and test this out. Otherwise on the back we have our rear camera, flash, which doesn't do a lot, I'll tell you that, and then we have 2 areas for, presumably, 2 speakers. Is there just 1, or is it actually 2? Who knows at this point in time? I have not taken this apart, and I've only briefly looked at a couple of things on this tablet. But otherwise, around the sides of the tablet, you can see how thin it is. There you go, that's how thin it is. It's like half the size of a micro SD card. Now we do have a headphone jack, volume buttons, power button. Now I'm not sure if this hole is for a mic or a reset switch. Reset switch. And lastly, at the top is just a micro USB port, and that's it. That's all we've got here. I will put an Optus SIM card in here, as well as my 16 gig micro SD card, and I'll go ahead and power on the ZH960 tablet. Wait for it. Yep, it's extremely low quality, as to be expected, but that screen was just very stretched. I will dump the system files off this once again, but it's not a welcome tablet, it's just MediaTek. That's it. Yeah, I'll dump the system files off here so you can go through them and have a look and see what you can find. But otherwise, it has a vibration motor built into it as well, which is kind of unusual. But there you go. Okay, it seems we've detected the Optus SIM card. I actually think this is an IPS LCD in here. It didn't look like it when I was testing it, but looking at it from different angles, it's actually not distorting, so that might be a good thing. But otherwise, we've got a nice picture of the beach and the ocean and some shells, and it's looking all quite nice at the moment. But if we swipe down just here, we'll see that it's running a pretty old version of Android. That looks to be Android 4 point something at this point in time, but we'll eventually get to that soon. If we tap and hold, we can switch the wallpapers. Oh, what's the wallpapers like? We've got the beach wallpaper, sunset, nighttime, luxury bridge, aurora borealis, I don't know, mountain forest thing, Germany, I think. I'm not good with my locations. San Francisco? No, it's not. It's not. We have a post box. Then we have... Actually, this picture right here reminds me of Lost. I think it's Season 3, Episode 1, I believe. When Ben invites Kate to have breakfast with him. This is sort of the setting that it kind of looks like, because they're on the beach and the ocean. Yeah, okay. Then we have this one, which I think that's a dandelion? I think? We have fruit. Okay. And finally, a bit of a house near a pool. And then black hole, bubbles, hollow spiral, magic smoke, nexus. Oh my god. This will bring back memories for some. Amazing. There's the vibration motor. It feels like it's over here somewhere. We will see when we tear this down. But if we go into the menu, we've got browser, calculator, calendar, camera, clock, downloads, email, file manager, FM radio, gallery, GML, GPS, test, plus. That's legit, I suppose. Messaging, music, people, phone, Play Store settings, sound recorder, and YouTube. Well, at this point in time, I think we should jump straight into settings. where we can see it's definitely looking a lot like Android 4 at this point in time. And I'm sorry for all the scratches and stuff on the screen. I've tried to clean this as much as possible, and unfortunately this is what we have to deal with for the rest of the review. Trust me, I tried cleaning this thing up as much as possible, and I can't get rid of any of this on here. Now we've got SIM management here, which I've just turned off the first SIM card to see if we get any reception, and the battery life is draining fairly fast, which is fine. We'll give it a moment and see if it picks up anything. We've got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, data usage, and in more, we've just got mobile networks, which we'll check. It says 3G service, but we can choose a network operator, see if it comes up with anything. And we get error while searching for networks. You know what, the whole phone call thing isn't really important. It's probably going to be 3G anyways. Not worth spending time on. Let's just keep on moving. In audio profiles, we have just the standard profiles and best order just listed. Display shows lock screen notifications. Oh, that's just a toggle, never mind. Theme, we have default and default. Wonderful. Wallpaper with been through, brightness, sleep, daydream, font size, and cast screen. Storage shows that we have 64 gigs available on the tablet and 16 gigs for my SD card. The battery has not a lot to go. I did have this charged up completely before doing this review, and then when I powered it on, it was at 54%, so yeah, it's going well. Everything's going well. Apps, we can go through the app list. GPS Test Plus. I have a feeling that's a bit of malware, but someone will let me know. And here's the whole application list. I'll just scroll through here. Probably dodgy stuff within here somewhere. Oh, cheeky Android, he's back. It's been a while. SIM ME lock, okay. FM radio, firmware upgrade, Google Partner Setup, Google Play Store, GPS test, Launcher 3, that's all normal. Mobile data, live wallpapers, music FX, phase beam, print spooler, settings, shell, system UI is KitKat. Well, there you go, that was easy. Voice unlock, there's a voice unlock? Okay. Weather, YGPS, and YouTube. All of these apps will be in the system files that I've uploaded to Mega. We've got location, security. Can we do anything in security? It would be funny if I had a fingerprint. No, it's got voice unlock, pattern, pin, password, and slide. We'll just leave it as slide. No face unlock? Nothing? Nope. Language and input, backup and reset, date and time, scheduled power on and off, accessibility, printing, and about tablet finally. That's really it. So we've got the model number being the ZH960. The CPU the CPU information is an OCPU core. It says OCPU core, but OCPU sounds funnier. At 2.5G, the screen size is inch at 2560 by 1600. Oh, sorry, 2560 by 1600 tile screen. Oh, good. Just good. Yeah, what's the screen size of this? It's an inch 2560 by 1600 tile screen. Oh, okay. Android version says 6.0. And that's immediately bamboozled me. There you go, KitKat. Android 6.0 KitKat. Yep, completely legit, absolutely. As I said, what you've seen on the AliExpress listing is different to what's shown in here. But in baseband version it says 2015, but then down in the kernel version it says 2017. So they've been doing the same thing, but just basically reusing the same tablets that don't sell and just updating them with different specs. That's pretty much what's happening, and the build number, ZH960, and honestly, that's pretty much it for settings. There's no updates, no nothing, it's just bare bones. So I'm going to connect to Wi-Fi. Oh, okay, that was different. When you're typing, this is what it sounds like. Wonderful. Honestly, at this point in time, the tablet's not really that interesting, so I guess we'll just go through the applications and see what they look like. We've got browser here, which will show Google. That's correct. And if we Google ZH960, that's horrible. It shows this tablet supposedly has Android 8.1, 10-core CPU, but then 1GB of RAM, and GSM dual SIM. Who makes the ZH960 tablet? Good question, MediaTek. That's not correct, but okay. How do I update my China Android tablet? You can't. But people have already done reviews of this back in 2018, so I'm a bit late to the party here. But they're still selling this, brand new, on AliExpress and Wish. Well, Wish is kind of debatable, but eBay, and also on Carousel. I've heard of this website before, back in my sneaker days. So pretty much just Googling the model number, people have already covered this tablet in much better detail, and also pretty much confirms that we have pretty low specs in this. Calculator looks like a calculator. Calendar looks like a calendar. Camera is terrible. Do you want me to show you the photos that I've taken with this? Oh, there we go. There we go. It supposedly has some sort of autofocus going on, but it really doesn't. You also have to hold the tablet about 6 meters away from your face to take a selfie, which is, yeah, very interesting. It has face beauty mode, which is also very interesting. And, didn't know you could do that. If we go into settings, we can see that it is 12 megapixels. There you go. And in video, EIS is listed. I've switched this on and done the camera test with it on, so you'll get to see that. Video quality I set to fine just to make sure we get all the crisp details. If we come to the front camera, at this point in time, it's just really not worth even continuing. Honestly, I will show you all the photos and videos that I took with this because I've already taken them. So sit back, relax, and just take in all of the wonderful pictures and videos that you're about to see. While testing video quality of the main camera on the tablet thing, here's Ripley to start it off. It's going good. I finally had my gardener come out and chop away everything, but he kind of moved the frogs around and moved this stuff, and now it's all looking like this, and I have to figure out where to put them because they're all over the place. Also, autofocus does that. Kind of actually works, to be honest. A little tiny bit. Look, all of this is now cut away. It's all gone. Well, it's not all gone. It's still there, but, you know, get what I mean. Yes, Ripley. Yes. I'm outside. I know. And this is with EIS on, supposedly. Let's just agree with that. The brick wall looks like this. Let's autofocus in. Yeah, okay. There's Stuart just there. Just chilling. Yep. What the hell was that? The lemon tree is looking like that. It was just a little bit overgrown and now it's looking much, much, much better. Much more manageable, but sadly no dangling lemons anymore. That's okay. And finally the faraway aircon looks something like this at a 4x digital zoom? 4 times? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, that's all good. I can't even tell you how far I'm having to stretch my arms out just to capture this in some sort of a proper angled thing. This is just... I hate this thing. I really do. It's like the X27 in tablet form, basically. The front video quality looks like this inside. I'll just sort of look close. It's kind of like a sort of art noir sort of feeling here. You know, it's very dark and gloomy and kind of very 2000s looking. Also, it's just a white face, sort of just... You know The Exorcist? You know in The Exorcist, where they show Pazuzu's face at like certain points in the film, like little subliminal cuts. Ta-da! Well, this is what the flash looks like. Well, in video mode, you can barely see the cat. This is good. So they were pretty good. Out of 10, I'd rate them probably 2. It does have some sort of autofocus going on, kind of. Not really. Honestly, it just makes everything dark and that's it. Once again, I'm well aware that you can buy a $100 Lenovo tablet from Officeworks or JB Hi-Fi at the moment. I know that. I absolutely know that, and it'll be 20 times better than this. But we're just here for the whole sake of this, just having a look at a cheap tablet, seeing what it can do, and so far not a lot. Clock looks like a clock. It's exciting. Downloads. Has nothing in it. We have email, which has no account signed in, and there's going to be no account signed into this. now that I pretty much know that this is running KitKat, there's no point of signing into a Gmail, going to the Play Store, downloading games and stuff. I'll just install all the stuff from my SD card. In File Manager, we have the phone storage and SD card. I may as well go ahead and install all the stuff from my SD card while I'm here. Okay, I've installed a bunch of applications, but we'll continue on with the default ones. So we now have FM radio. So we need headphones. I'll plug in some headphones. There you go. What's on Australian radio on a Monday night at like 8:42?
We were sitting around last Saturday. We were just watching a bit of telly. As you do in lockdown, was it the 5 o'clock news followed by
Yeah,
the 7?
fuck lockdown. FM radio works, which is good, and it sounds like there's dual speakers. Gallery, Gmail, GPS Test Plus. Go on, let's see what this does. What is this going to do? Okay, Chart Cross Limited. Now, okay, what the hell is this? Toggle HUD. Oh, I've somehow okay. I've put my location on to see if this application does anything. As far as I can tell, it doesn't do anything. It's on, but it's just not doing anything. That's alright, we'll just leave it. It just looks really weird though, I've never seen this before, but I'm sure someone will tell me what this is. GTAIII is installed, we've got messaging, music. We'll do the speaker test to see if we've got dual speakers or not. We do. I don't think they're in stereo though, I think they're just mono. We only got to 100, which isn't really a lot, and the speakers do sound pretty bad, but it seems there's definitely 2 speakers in there, which is kind of good. Even though there's 2, it sounds like it's in mono. We have people, which is just contacts. We have phone, which is a phone dialer, which if you want to use the phone dialer, you'll have to use it in portrait mode. I'm not going to test phone calls on this because, as I said, it's 3G only, and honestly, because this is outdated tech, I'd rather just pull the thing apart and just see what's inside of it instead of wasting time testing phone calls and stuff. Pretty much that goes for the rest of the apps listed. I can just pull the thing apart and have a look at it, but for the whole sake of it, I will open YouTube and see if we can play the Costa Rica video. And because I need to sign into a Gmail to update it, unfortunately I cannot. I could use the browser YouTube, but I think you all get the idea that this would probably just be 480p at probably 10 frames a second or something like that. If I open up GTAIII, we might get an idea of the display. Even if I went to the wallpapers, for example, even though we've already been over them, if you can sort of kind of see the display, it's just not the best. It's pretty low res. I mean, it could be a 480p display maybe, but the colors are just really washed out, and this display is pretty much a bottom-of-the-barrel IPS display. It's not the worst I've seen, it's acceptable, but even those $99 Lenovo tablets, I think they're 720p. Pretty sure of it anyways. So we'll skip the YouTube test, and I think we'll just check the specs quickly, so Antutu, here we go. Let's see what the fake specs are on this tablet. Well, it says we've got an MT6592T in here, Mali 400MP, the screen resolution reckons 2560 by 1600, the rear camera is 14.7 megapixels, definitely not. There's the IMEI there as well, if anyone wants to look that up and see what that comes up with. The RAM is 4GB, supposedly, 8-core processor, display, yep, all good. Let's do multi-touch. What the hell? 5-point multi-touch, are you serious? That's impressive. 5 megapixel front camera, 34% battery life, OS 6.0, but then it says Android 4.4 point something, probably 4.2. All the sensors that aren't supported on this. Yep, moving on. And here's both of the IMEIs for this device, if you want to look these up and see what device they correspond with. It's always interesting to see what devices they originally came from. CPU Z, CPU Z, MediaTek MT6592. I mean, it could be a 6592 in here, but I reckon it's MT6580. That's good. Manufacturer is JLINKSZ. JLINKSZ. No worries. Available RAM, internal storage, yep. System, yep, okay. Battery is dying very fast. Thermal is normal. Sensors, stuff all. Okay. Let's try device info hardware then. And device info hardware says that this is a JLINKSZ ZH960. We still have the 2560 by 1600 resolution, Android 6.0. This is an older version of device info hardware, so we should see everything in here, but if not, we'll see it in the next app. And 1 gig of RAM, and the flash size is 16 gigabytes. The system on chip says MT6592T, 8 core. In system it shows KitKat. Memory, 1 gig, 16 gig internal storage. The cameras, there's a lot of cameras here. There's, oh, there we go. Front is 5 megapixel and the back is 15 megapixels? No, surely not. Battery profile says it's 1000 milliamp hours. It's not. The thermal, the sensors, just an accelerometer, that's it. Okay, last application, go on. Oh, we've got to turn it this way. Oh, my bad. Okay. Well, it's the JLINKSZ ZH960. The hardware says MT6592T. It's better than a 6580. That's not correct there. That's not correct. The screen resolution, 800 by 12, probably, yeah, 800 by 1280, I'd say. 6.9 inches is wrong. It should be 10.1 inch, roughly. The battery, yes, it's always good to see battery. Thermal, sensors, what does the camera say here? 14 and 5. Honestly, it's just better to just tear it apart and see what's inside of it. But I forgot to do one thing, and that was play GTA 3. Is it actually going to run? It is. There you go. So keep in mind all the specs that you just seen. So I'll come into settings and put the audio down, but in display I'll put everything up to maximum and see how this runs. I mean, for 1 gig RAM, quad core should run pretty good. Banshee.
I know a place on the edge of the red light district where we can lay low, but my hands are all messed up, so you better drive, brother.
Yeah. Looks good. A little bit laggy, yeah. But otherwise, it's actually not half bad. So I'd say that Minecraft would probably work just as well. Crazy Taxi would probably run just as well. But still, we've got a processor in this which is like 8 years old at this point in time. 1 gig of RAM, 16 gig of storage. And while the display is kind of... It's acceptable, it's not the best. But I think you all get the idea of this tablet. It's definitely not worth the asking price, I can tell you that, and I'm lucky that I only paid 20 bucks for this. But I really just want to go ahead and pull this thing apart, because I have a feeling I'm going to have a good laugh when I see the insides of this. So I'm just going to power this off. I can also let everyone know that I hated this review. Filming for this was just terrible. The screen is just all scratched up and you can barely see anything. I really just wanted to pull this apart. That's all I wanted to do. And I didn't really want to test everything. And I don't know. I'm just not liking this video. So I do apologize for this video being pretty low quality. But I think what we all want to see is inside of here. And I'll just go ahead and grab our trusty screwdriver and take 2 random screws out just here. Okay, that's fine. Oh, they're different sizes. Make sure to keep them organized. Now I've got to work out how this thing comes apart. I have found a location to take said tablet apart. I'm probably breaking it in the process. That's okay. Okay, well, that's interesting. There's the back of the tablet. Metal. 2017. We have a manufacturing date just there. 2017. We have an antenna just sort of the battery's just taped into place. That's completely fine. I can finally get out this Optus SIM card now. There we go, that's easy. On the motherboard it does say ZH960, but I guess we can have a look at the battery capacity. We're going to have to rip this thing off. Alright, what's this pancake going to... Look at it. It's a pancake for sure. It's unknown. We don't know what it is. 3,000 maybe? 4,000? Very, very thin, so couldn't be that much. The flex ribbons for the camera, though, have both the front and rear camera and LED flash all on the same flex ribbon. And the code is just displayed right there. So that might tell us what the cameras are, but otherwise it's just all just integrated onto one. That's good. We do have the 2 speakers, which they forgot to take the adhesive off. This is a common thing. I don't know why they don't pull it off. But there you go, there's the little vibration motor, little tiny microphone just there, flex room for probably the touch, and yep, there's the LCD ribbon that's just going into there like so. It's just not really that exciting, is it? Well, the only thing left to do is take the shielding off. That was easy. And we have MediaTek 6582V. Is it? Yes. MediaTek MT6582V is what this is. So definitely not what it claimed to be. It said 6592, 6582, yeah, fairly close. 658 is pretty much what it is. And the Samsung flash module, I think we've seen this in a couple of other tablets before. There's also another chip just there. What's that? To something. There you go. I wonder what's under here. At this point in time, I think I've killed the motherboard, taking that piece off. A couple of random chips are just in there. And that's pretty much it, honestly. There's just not a lot going on with this thing. It's not as exciting as I would have thought. I will just go ahead and see if it still works. No, I think I killed it. Maybe this one? No, I killed it. Yep, it's dead. I'm lucky I pulled all these system files off this before I decided to tear it down. Should we make some spark? Okay. Maybe that'll bring it back to life. Alright, so you've just witnessed the teardown of this tablet. I reassembled it off camera because I pretty much had enough of the video and it wasn't going as well as I'd hoped. So I just reassembled it off camera and it was dead. No life, no nothing. And then before filming this, it's alive. It's all still alive. It has detected the Vodafone SIM that I've put into this, but there's no network reception whatsoever. I probably need to change the APN settings or something like that. And just as I was about to say, this is just a 3G tablet, nothing else, don't worry about it, 4G pops up. This review just didn't go well at all. And searching for networks, we only get 3G anyways. So of course the 4G reception is just a lie. Even though we're at the end of the review, and I breezed over the phone thing, I'm going to give it a call anyways. What's the default ringtone going to be? Is it even going to ring?
6, 1, 4.
Oh, probably APN settings likely need to be changed. Never mind, it's lost its reception. You know what, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It survived my horrific teardown, which is quite amazing, and it still works. Even though I poked at the motherboard with the metal pry tool, and it's fine, it's absolutely fine. Anyways, if you would like to know the actual full specs of this tablet thingo, feel free to pause the video here and take in all of the specifications, except the battery. Maybe a 2500 mAh pancake? Who knows at this point in time, honestly, but I'm 99.3% sure that all the specifications displayed on screen are correct. That is the ZH960 MediaTek generic crappy tablet thing from AliExpress and other websites. It's fairly useless and I really don't need to give a long-winded explanation as to why, but of course, don't buy it. If you want a cheap tablet, Lenovo is probably the way to go. Generic stuff is proving to be generic? However, the next item, which will be the actual start of iHope, is a very interesting welcome device, one we have never ever seen before. So stay tuned for that one. It's got 4G again and the battery's draining fast. That's okay, we'll power this off and we'll just place it off to the side and never talk about it again. Alright folks, I'll leave it here as this video just didn't turn out the way it was supposed to, but you know what, that's okay, it's fine. I hope you did enjoy this regardless, and I'll link the bonus video in the description so you can take in that train wreck that happened whilst filming this video. Yeah, it was bad. But anyways everyone, thank you so much for watching, I really do appreciate it as always. Please take care, stay safe, and of course, be good people, and I'll see you all in the next video. Well, technically the next video is the train wreck video, but then after that should be the first iHope episode. I hope. Huh. See what I did there? If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.